What up, everybody? It is currently 8:17 out here in the East, 7:17 out there in the Central Standard Time Zone, Daylight Savings Time. Hey, it's 6:17 out there in the Mountain Time, and it's currently 5:17 out there on the drive, out there on the West Coast. It's the Sports Chasers Podcast, coming to you every week, live and direct. This is a sports podcast where we talk about sports, nothing but sports, no hot takes, no nonsense when it comes to sports. We're going to have a fun show this week. We're going to have a very fun show this week. Tonight, we'll be talking about the MLB Power Rankings. Hey, they got the Field of Dreams on right now as we speak. The White Sox are up 1-0 against the Yankees. They're playing out in Iowa. We'll be talking about that. Major League Power 20 rankings. The trades that went down, trade rumors, trade deadlines, all of that. We'll also talk about, in my notes here, hey, the NFL just had their Hall of Fame inductees. Tonight, I think we did this before. What's the meaning of a Hall of Famer? What do you think about next year's candidates? We'll talk about NFL preseason. Training camp is ramping up. Preseason game is on tonight, I believe. I believe New England's playing. Some of our thoughts, just loosely on the upcoming season. Deshaun Watson to play him or not to play. What's going on with that? The NBA Summer League is in full effect. My Knicks are looking good. Also, the free agent signings that we didn't get to last week when we wasn't on the air. Also, shout out to Team USA. They won the gold medal. Kevin Durant, they're calling him Captain America. Like I said, we'll talk about MLB baseball. The Giants keep doing their thing, and I guess that's time for me. The show is not over. The Giants keep doing their thing. They are leading the major leagues in winning percentage. They won 73 games as of last night. So with that said, also Lionel Messi, like I said, we talk about all sports. He's leaving Real Madrid. He's on his way to greener pastures. We'll talk about that. With that said, going from my left to right, DA, what's up, brother? Say hello to the people tonight.
Hey, hello to the people tonight.
Hello to the people tonight. James Eric, what's up?
Sports Chasers Podcast family, how y'all doing, man? What's good? Let's get it.
Get it. Thanks, sir. D-Dub, Daryl L. Warren, what's up, brother?
What up, man? I feel like we've been gone for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we got caught up with that Dipset Locks versus, but that WWE stuff that was going on last Tuesday night. Matter of fact, on a Tuesday night.
Man, that was really dope, man. With the
old guys win.
Old guys win.
Yeah.
Old guys win.
Hip hop back to New York, man. It just felt really good, man.
It felt good though, man.
It felt good. Yeah, I really didn't focus on sports last week, to be honest. I don't think none of us did. We kept talking about that. That was really a great event, man. And shout out to hip hop, man. Shout out to Jadakiss, the Locks.
Top 5 dead or alive. That's what they're saying. That's what he's saying. It's been consistently saying.
We might just have to do just a standalone joint and just talk about that, man. But hey, we're here to talk about sports tonight, and our cell phones were burning up this weekend. We was talking about the Hall of Fame inductees. The NFL on this past weekend, as they usually do every August, the first weekend in August, they have their Hall of Fame game and they have their Hall of Fame inductees. We're just going to delve in tonight on some of the Hall of Famers. What does it mean to be a Hall of Famer? I'm going to start with D-Dub as I ask that question, and I'll bring up the Hall of Fame inductors, and we'll just go in that order. We'll go from D-Dub, we'll go to Eric, and then we'll go to DA. Mike Mills will join us by telephone. He's traveling, but he will join us. So go ahead, D. What's your meaning on a Hall of Famer?
As I look at my notes, again, Hall of Famer to me, and that's what I'm saying. It's really it happens all the time. Every year, somebody gets up and they get inducted, and some people, you already know off the rip, 100%, they belong in. Then you got these guys, some guys that you like. If you have to, again, my theory is if I have to think about it and I have to go back and you got to look at numbers, and I usually generalize. I usually say Hall of Fame is somebody the impact on the game. Gotta have some type of impact on the game. To me, that's just what it is. You have to put a fingerprint, a piece of your fingerprint on the game, on the NFL game. And sometimes that doesn't happen. And sometimes some guys stay around a long time. So they compile a lot of stats, but they still don't have that. And I know you'll get in because of your numbers, but it doesn't necessarily mean your numbers. It just means that you've been around a long time. And kudos to you for playing the game and being able to have some longevity. I don't know if that longevity is, I don't know. I'm lost. I'm on syllabus page. What page is this, DA?
I don't know, because we got to add, because like you said, it's hard to call it now. Are you in because you impacted the game, or are you in because you played 20 years? So, I don't know if we can decipher it, but we can look at the appendix of the syllabus, and I will get back to you with the page number.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's in there, because nothing's ever missing. So,
because Kev, like we talked about before, in Major League Baseball is different. You had numbers. There's a criteria. There's an actual criteria.
I was just, and we're going to get to Eric in a second. I was just talking to DA today. Was it today, DA? Or yesterday? Today. I said, Miggy Cabrera got 499 home runs. One more gives him 500. He's in.
He was already in for the 3,000 hits, though.
Yeah, he's in. Right. But like now he's like immortality now with that 500 and 3,000 hits. That's usually the magic number. For pitching, 300 wins. I forgot the strikeouts. How many strikeouts they usually?
3,000.
3,000 strikeouts. You get those numbers as a hitter or a pitcher, you're in. Go ahead, Eric. What's your meaning of a Hall of Fame?
Well, Barry Bonds is not in, but anyway, yo, man, I agree with D. And I think we all have the same kind of criteria. It should be. I will say longevity should have something to do with it, because there's not a lot of guys that last long in this game. However, I just wish that whoever is having these votes, these committees or whatever, what have you, would give some kind of criteria as to why they pick who they pick and why they voted for who they voted. Like Calvin Johnson, me and D was talking about him yesterday, and it was like, yeah, he didn't have a long career or whatever, but the impact, when you hear Calvin Johnson, you already know. If you watch this game, if you watch the game of football while he was playing, man, you know that he was basically all the offense that the Detroit Lions had at the time that he was playing. He basically made Matthew Stafford a LA Ram, basically, if you ask me. But anyway, it should have something to do with impact. Now, there's some guys that slip through, be like, you know what? And you look at his stats, you're like, wow, yeah. You put him up against where everybody else, he has the same similar stats, whatever. But like Daryl said, for me, it's impact. That's what separates the great from the elite. What is the impact that you have on the game? When people, it's not just about how many Pro Bowls you have. Did you dominate whatever position that you played? That, to me, makes you a Hall of Famer in any sport.
Okay.
I didn't make the rules, dog. I mean, this is
we just trying to go with them.
Yeah, this was how it was, and now all of a sudden, people are just slipping through, and everybody gets a jacket. I know every year this comes around, it irks me, because now we got Tony Romo on the clock for next year, And now because he's a broadcaster, people forget what he was as an actual player. He's a great broadcaster, but
I need DA. DA always says that. DA, what happens when the modern day athlete nowadays, and give us some examples. We cite work around here, DA and it's DA
I,
work. Go ahead, DA.
I
What
think,
happens when the athlete gets on TV? That's
yeah,
what
they can beg their way in, because
explain beg to all of our viewers.
you have some guys that literally beg, like, and I'm not saying Chris Webber wasn't a Hall of Famer, but if anytime you looked at Open Court on the NBA channel, he was telling dudes he was a Hall of Famer. And that's the one thing a Hall of Famer never does. It says that he's a Hall of Famer, right? Then you got my man, Kurt Warner. And I'm not saying that he wasn't a Hall of Famer. I'm not putting the rules out there in the syllabus. But what I'm saying is, if we're giving you pluses for great seasons, we need to take away minuses for bad seasons, or when, Manning takes your spot because you fumbled the ball at the back of the end zone. Listen, Kurt Warner left the Giants in a bad way, y'all. And I know he went to Arizona and did his thing, but we can't forget what we saw with the Giants. Now, I don't know if you didn't want to be there, you weren't on your meds, but we have to pull that back from what you did. Now, with that said, football is weird, right? Because they have this elongated process of, you could be a first-time Hall of Famer, and then they get like another 10 years they can vote you in, or how many, and maybe that's how a dude like Frank Gore gets in, right? Because he wasn't any year he wasn't the best running back, I don't think, that I can remember in the league. But every year he was in his prime, he was in the top 10, somewhere around there. So being that he played for a long time, he may slide in on that. Okay, on your 8th year of eligibility, we vote Frank Gore in. But he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, because that's where I think here, 4th, is where things are going to change. It's going to be first ballot Hall of Famers, and then everybody else is going to be on a different floor of the building.
right. I agree.
DA, that's a great point. It's almost like, there's the gold package and then there's the platinum package.
Yeah, well, and I think that's the only way we.
And I think that's what they had to go to. It's exactly right.
So, and with that being said, then you have to really put some scrutiny on them first ballot dudes now, right? Now we really have to put, like, and I didn't even look that closely, so I don't know if this was Lynch's first year of eligibility, because he shouldn't be a first ballot because he wasn't a superstar. He was a solid safety. Now, don't get me wrong, dead solid safety, but yeah, nah.
So let me.
I say Woody, Megatron, and Manning, all first ballot, without a doubt.
Yeah.
No one else on that list is first. And Alan Faneca was a great offensive lineman, great guard. But, if you're going to let a guard go in first one, he wouldn't have been the first. He wouldn't be the first ballot guard to roll off my lips.
So let me break it down, because they didn't have a ceremony for the 2020 class either, so they kind of lumped them all together. So for the 2020 class, you had Coach Jimmy Johnson, first ballot Hall of Fame, right?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
I don't know, man. He only won 2, right? He won 3.
He should have. Yeah, he won 3. If he kept the team together, they should have won more. But that's no here nor there. I mean, but
okay, yeah, okay.
Your man got on the tailwinds for that 4th one. So
okay, it's cool. We good.
Okay, so all right, so he's from the class of 2020, right? Steve Atwater. Y'all remember Steve Atwater playing for Denver?
Mm-hmm.
Is he first ballot?
No, he wasn't first ballot anyway.
Not a first ballot, but he's a Hall of Famer though.
Yeah, he wasn't first ballot when he got in, but he was a better than average, hard hitting Non-coverage safety.
Correct. Absolutely. Isaac Bruce,
No.
St. Louis Rams. He's
no.
in.
Yeah, he's in, but he's not first ballot.
He's in, but he's not a first, right?
Yeah. And look, he's a great wide receiver, but that wide receiver bar is high.
Yeah, it's very high.
That's the highest bar of any bar in the Football Hall of Fame is a wide receiver bar. Period. There's nothing higher than that one. So
okay. This is one of my favorite guys, and he used to tear the Giants up back in the day when they wore that Kelly Green, Harold Carmichael.
Carmichael.
Another one, great wide receiver, but
But I don't know about
first ballot.
No, I don't think he's first. I know he is not first ballot because of his age and when he retired. So this might have been his 5th or 6th shot in, Kev. So
yeah, Eric, you were saying something? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, no, he ain't no first ballot, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Donnie Shell.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
They messed up on him. They messed up on him. He should have been first ballot.
Yeah, he should have been first ballot. He was dope when he played with that steel curtain back in the day.
That was back in the day, yeah.
And this thing right here, really would piss and spark Daryl D-Dub off this Monday when I said this gentleman's name, Edgerrin James, the all-time Indianapolis Colts rushing leader.
He can be the all-time Indianapolis Colt first ballot Hall of Famer in the Indianapolis Colt locker room. I don't think he
wasn't first ballot, was it? This ain't his first. This ain't his first shot. Couldn't be. His numbers don't. He ain't got 10,000 yards, so he couldn't be first ballot.
Wait a minute. Let me double check.
I just have a thing with guys that are part of a system. That yes, you was great in this system. That system of Edgerrin James and Peyton Manning and yes, they was good in their own right. I'm not knocking that, but sometimes that kind of when you go elsewhere, what happens?
Yeah, I think he went elsewhere for the money, but because he didn't win the Super Bowl. Joseph Fadai won the Super Bowl.
D-Dub, you got them stats of Edgerrin James?
He didn't win the Super Bowl.
No, he's not a first time. He finally got in, so I guess he's been. Yeah. He's not first.
He's not first ballot, and because he didn't win the Super Bowl. Joe Adai won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
with Indianapolis. It wasn't Edgerrin James. He left.
Yeah, he's been 6 years. He's been 6 years waiting, but I mean, he could have waited a little bit longer, as far as I'm concerned. Because
is he a Hall of Famer?
I can't just I gotta think on that.
He's 13 on the
list. If I gotta think about it, no. I mean, the stats may say else. If it was up to me, no.
Or is he a compiler?
Well, he didn't play long enough to compile. Like he wasn't a 14-year dude either.
Right. When your career is short like that, you have to have impact, dog. Like you have to have like impact. I can't even think of nobody off the top of my head.
I don't think he would. I don't know if he had ever had more than 1,500 yards in a season.
Right.
But he caught the ball too. I'm just trying to think who else played when he played. Because remember, he played. Well, no. All right. So I think Emmett and Barry were gone. So
he played probably towards the end of Marshall Faulk's career. I think that's when he came on.
Marshall and your man, what's your man that played for the Ravens? Big boy, Tom Jamal. He had 2,000 yard season.
Jamal,
and what you call him, 2K, Chris CK 2K.
That was my dude. Shout out to ECU Pirates right down the road.
He had 2,000 yard season. So there was some dudes that aren't going to make it from that time. So he might have been the best of point in time.
Well, hold on, DA. Like Edgerrin James spent 7 seasons with the Colts. 5 of his 7 seasons saw him finish with 1,250 yards rushing.
Yeah, he good.
He did so after the knee injury in 2001. So
he good then. He good.
Yeah,
that was not bad. I mean, I don't think.
1,250 yards rushing in the 5 of the 7.
And the team that threw the ball more than they passed the ball.
Well, that could have been the reason why he ran so much, because they were scared more of Peyton throwing the ball than them running. But
Yeah, because
we could sit talk about this all night.
Yeah,
but,
it was him, his man Marvin, and Dallas Clark. So they was pretty much stacked as an offense. But yeah, I got no problem with Edgerrin James.
Okay, so moving down the list.
When he got in, getting in when he got in.
Mm-hmm.
DA's one of DA's favorite coaches, Bill Cowher.
I don't even understand that.
Off of what? I don't. Bill Cowher off of what?
You mumbling? What's really good?
He worked for CBS.
Wait a minute. So is that part of your equation of? Because you're saying now you and
I'm saying that you see dudes in the hallway. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not saying that he was a horrible coach or a great coach. So, but I'm of the mind that great players make great coaches.
So you
especially
saying
in football,
he's in the hallway saying what's really good?
Yes. Because I don't know what he did before that. So if he say he was like Belichick and you were, and I don't know this, you were an assistant with Parcells for a lot of years, winning Super Bowls there, doing big things. Okay, I can rock with you. But I don't know that he did that.
Oh, he won one Super Bowl, right? Right? Yes. Am I correct?
Okay. Well, we got guys in the hall that ain't won no Super Bowl, so
Well, hold on. But what I'm saying is he cut his own career short, as far as I'm concerned, because he didn't want to get back in the game.
I think
he lost his wife. I think his wife died. So I can't give him, that's off the field, right? I'm just saying off the field,
but
I'm just saying that dude broke out and there was more money at CBS and less headaches at CBS. And he said, I'm not going back. More money, less headaches. Yeah, I like this.
I mean, I understand, but but okay, that's your personal.
I don't know.
I need a criteria.
That's your personal.
Somebody give me a criteria for coaches getting into the Hall of Fame, because I'm lost. I'm lost.
Wait a minute. The syllabus says. Wait, let me turn the page.
Yeah, what page is that on?
Yeah. The syllabus might be changed tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because there's a lot of reasons why for him my thing is a little different, right? So first and foremost, he could have been a great coach, but he had the best defensive coordinator probably in football history, right? And this is why they had probably the best defenses of the 90s, right? With Lloyd and
Green and
Chad and Green and Myron and Deion Fingers and
you talking about LeBeau, right?
Yeah. LeBeau is a Hall of Famer as a coach and as a player.
Yeah.
He's one of the few dudes that both distinctions. So I don't know if Cowher was a great defensive coach because he had the best defensive coordinator in all of football for 10 years. And listen, my brother Tomlin had him too. And had he not left to go down to Tennessee, that defense would still be super in Pittsburgh. Still. But I digress. I'm not sure. And that's all I can say. And I'm not saying it's disrespectful to Cowher because I don't know. And, a head coach is a president of a team, the executive, but you had the best defensive coordinator in football. You had three huge running backs in Barry Forster, Bam Morris, and then you went straight to the bus. My dude, you had a lot of things kind of fall to you.
So did Jimmy. I mean, if we're gonna say that, Jimmy.
Jimmy was there.
Because if Minnesota, it wasn't Minnesota.
Yeah.
If they don't accept that crazy trade, will we be talking about Jimmy Johnson right now? I mean,
but Jimmy was there though to start the whole ball rolling in Dallas.
Right.
He's the one that got the playmaker, and he said, get Aikman, and so he was at least part of the architecture of it. Whereas I'm not sure what Bill Cowher did.
Let me ask you this quick question. Let me throw this in the fire. While we're on this topic, Pete Carroll, if he was to retire today, just simple yes or no from starting with Dorian. Pete Carroll, if he's retired today, is he a Hall of Fame coach?
Yeah.
Dorian, I see you need a yes or no, DA.
I guess I don't know.
Okay, we'll come right back to you. Eric?
No. I'm not gonna hand you something over just for 2 dominant years of your defense. And ever since then, your running back has been running for his life. So, your quarterback has been running for his life. And I would say no. No disrespect to him, but no.
I mean, I like Pete, but I don't. Where's he been? What has he done?
He got the Seattle stuff. He's bad with the Jets, right?
Yeah, he's bad with the Jets.
Bad with someone else. It was bad. Well, he was only with, I think, Patriots for like a day or something. Strange. I think he was with Cleveland too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
With Cleveland.
I'm setting this up, right?
Well, fam, what are we doing? Pete Carroll.
I'm setting this up.
Kev about to make me black the screen out. That's what he's about to do. Go ahead, Kev.
No,
I feel it coming.
I'm setting this up, and I could be wrong, but so the 2021 class, one of the coaches that got in was Tom Flores. Tom Flores won 2 Super Bowls, correct? Now that I think about it, it was 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is Tom Flores a Hall of Fame football coach?
If that's all he did. He's Mexican too.
He won with the Raiders.
No disrespect, but he was the first Spanish coach to win.
Right. Yeah.
So that's going to play into it, though.
He won with the Raiders. All right. So let me go. Okay.
Wait. Hold on. Before you get, now are we? If you're judging off of his college tenure, he sucked as a Jets head coach with he found success with.
Who you talking about?
Seattle.
Pete Carroll, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This ain't collegiate. This is Pro Football Hall of Fame, ain't it?
Oh, okay. So he was a defensive back coach in Minnesota, defensive back in Buffalo in the 80s. As a head coach.
In the 80s, when? The last 4 years?
He sucked with New England. He didn't have nothing going with New England. He found success and as a college coach, and then 2 years as I would say no.
Okay. All right.
Now, how long has he been in Seattle?
He's been in Seattle since 2010.
He had any losing records?
Let's see. Pete Carroll's losing records. Let's see,
probably only got 1 or 2 years, if that.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to get Mike Tomlin in.
Carroll's record is 145, 94, and 1.
195?
Yeah.
You said how much? 195?
No, 145, 94, and 1. That's his record. That's his record.
That's a good record.
Well, a lot of that comes off Seattle.
Uh-huh.
A lot of it does.
Okay. We got to move this segment along.
Yeah.
If Sean Payton was to retire today, is he a Hall of Fame coach? D-Dub, starting with you.
Sean Payton.
1 Super Bowl win, which took place in 2009.
Yeah, man.
We gotta come back to this speed.
Yeah,
we can't do this in one 15, 20 minute session.
And I'm gonna tell you why I got a problem with it, because I know for a fact that when the coaches go in, it's not just their head coaching. It's also what they did as coordinators and what they did as assistant coaches. So if you was a dope assistant coach, like LeBeau, he was never a head coach.
No, but he was a damn great assistant.
Yeah, but
anyway, he went.
But you can get in from that. You don't have to be a head coach to get in.
Right.
So they added up. A Hall of Fame vote is a cumulative vote. I could say it that way. It's cumulative. You got to add it all up. So that's how dudes make it happen.
So Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna just say this, man, and I don't care if we get any slack for it. Well, if I get any slack for it or not, man. Again, like we said at the top of the air, right? It's supposed to be about some impact, right? And like, okay, Sean Payton, for example, people may, glamour over his winning record and all this other stuff. Yo, dog, you had a top 4, 5 quarterback. You had a top 3, 4, 5 offense every year, and you only won 1 Super Bowl. I'm sorry, that's stuff that I look at, man. I mean, oh well, he only lost 80. Okay, well, why didn't he win? Why didn't he only win only 1 championship? That's the beef that I have. As great, you know what? Let me look into this camera. As great as Peyton Manning was, however you want to frame it, okay, dog, you only won how many? 2, and you limped into the second one. You limped into the second one.
Eric,
you was hot. You was on top of the world when Seattle humbled you, and then you limped the next time.
Yo, he was a 2006 Coach of the Year.
No, he's talking about
Well, no, well, I know what Daryl's saying. I'm just saying, man. It's like
the only reason I'm with you,
man.
And again, I'm not mad. I'm not mad either way. Let me just go ahead and say this now. I'm not mad either way these people get in or not. But if it was up to me, if you're asking me, who else is on there that could possibly get in before this guy? Because I'm not going to waste a vote on him when he had the best teams and only won once, and that was because of Bounty Gate. Because quiet as kept, Brett Favre should have won that year. Let's not forget.
Well, let's be clear, man, because man, these coaches are not getting in over Bill Belichick. If Bill Belichick we know he's already getting in. Right. But none of these other coaches, because Bill has taken up most of he's beaten just about every coach.
I just think that these coaches that we have right now,
I don't think they're eligible or good enough.
I just don't think that they think about being balanced teams. So, like for Peyton, for instance, heck of an offense, but you never built the defense, and there was no way you were ever going to beat the Niners in those years if you didn't have a defense. Like, so that's the way I look at the sport. So I look at Peyton Manning, and you spend all the money on offense. They only game with defense once in Indianapolis, and they won the Super Bowl. The one year they had one with Bob Sanders and them with smacking dudes, they won the Super Bowl. You got to have I don't care what the talking heads say about if it's an offensive league. It's this, dude, if you don't have both, you won't win.
You're not going to
win. And so when you look at quarterbacks, and that's why I try to be as judicious as I can in my opinions, because it's not the quarterback, it's not car seat Kyler's fault if Arizona defense is not right.
100%.
Because if you let go of Chandler Jones this year because he wants to be out, then you're going to suffer. You're going to suffer. So then you got to look back and say, okay, which balanced teams are in the NFL this year? Mm-hmm. And those are the teams you're going to see at the top of, the list at the end of the year are going to be those balanced teams that have a good offense and a good defense. So it's up to the coach, of course, to try to at least try to legislate some of that. But if your GM is not helping you do it, you ain't gonna do it.
We got 5 more minutes in this segment, man. This is very interesting. Like Eric said, this can absolutely take a whole 90 minutes with us, man. This is very fascinating. The whole, what is a full Hall of Famer? What is that? Let me go to real quick for the next 5 minutes. The class of 2022, the eligible candidates you got, and please, everybody just chill out before I let me say my list. Anquan Bolden is eligible. Chad Greenway, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Tony Romo, the defensive end Robert Mathis, who played with the Colts, along with Dwight Freeney, Steve Smith with the Carolina Panthers, and mostly for the Carolina Panthers. Then he went to Baltimore for 2 years. DeMarcus Ware, Vince Wilfork. Other candidates you got, on the long list as they call it. You got Darren Woodson, Reggie Wayne, Zach Thomas, Steve Tasker, Richard Seymour, Asante Samuel, Torrey Holt, Leroy Butler, Tony Baselli, Rondé Barber, and Jared Allen. But the main ones for 2022, who on this list, who I just called, are like for sure. Like, okay.
Vince Wilfork.
Vince
without
Wilfork.
a doubt.
I'm going Andre Johnson and Devin Hester.
Oh, so
Devin Hester is another one.
Devin Hester did what, D-Dub? As you say, he was impactful.
Impact player.
Didn't. If you didn't want to get a kick return, you didn't kick the ball to him. Oh, he's standing back there. Oh, why would I kick the ball to Devin Hester of all people?
Now, whatever he did as a wide receiver, I don't care. But as far as a punt returner,
whatever,
kick returner,
yeah, he's the best to ever do it.
The dude was the best at his position. He dominated that position. People were scared to kick the ball to that man. So, as far as I'm concerned, two guys, Hester and Wilford, everybody else, they can wait another year, as far as I'm concerned. They can wait another 2 or 3 years for them names I heard.
Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson got
Hall
of Fame numbers with no quarterbacks. Never had a quarterback. Never had a quarterback. Never.
I know.
Never had a quarterback. Look at his numbers. Never had a quarterback.
2003 to 2016. Vince
is to me, Vince is the worst of the University of Miami defensive tackles to play. So in the pros, because you got Warren Sapp, Cortez Kennedy, and Jerome Brown in front of him. Those are the four-year classes in front of him.
That's a very good.
All three of those guys were head and tails better than Vince Wilfork. Like head and tails better than Vince Wilfork. So, I'm not mad at him, but like I said, he's not first ballot to me. He's not first ballot.
Steve Smith.
Great. It's second ballot.
16 years.
I would put Steve Smith ahead of Andre Johnson. If we talk, I'm only going off the impact. I can only go by my criteria.
I'm just going off numbers and impact. Your dude was an All-Pro every year. Andre Johnson was an All-Pro every year with no quarterback. He might have been throwing I was about to curse. He might have been throwing the ball to himself. Name a quarterback. Give me one.
Hold on.
One. Give me one good quarterback.
Yeah, I ain't got it.
Yeah.
Your man from Virginia. What was his name? He had that one good year, and then he Matt Shaw. That was the only decent quarterback they had.
You're right. And then
that one year.
He had 1 year, kid.
Next year, he was driving. Matt Schaub drove off the gourd between North Carolina and Tennessee because he was throwing the ball. He had 6 interceptions for touchdowns the first 3 games the next year. He's horrible.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I done changed my mind. Yeah, I would put Steve Smith over Andre Johnson.
All right, we got a minute left.
Go ahead, Kev.
Who are the others again? Can you run them off again?
I was we're about to be done. But yeah, I mentioned Tony Romo real quick.
Yeah, ain't no need to mention him because he ain't none of us putting him in there.
Yep.
Let's think about this. Let's think about this real quick.
Go ahead.
Tony Romo, okay, as great as he was at the time, got replaced by a guy that Dallas took a long time in paying. Let's think about that for a minute. If he was so great, they wouldn't have sat him down for the guy that they didn't want to pay. Think about that.
Got him down for a dude that he got hurt, and the coach, the owner said by the end of the year, if they had made the playoffs, he'd have put Tony back in.
Yeah. Tony Romo is what the epitome of what DA says. He gets on TV. He's well liked. He's very good at his job. Annoying sometimes, but I think Tony Romo is a really good analyst.
He's great.
He's really great at it. I can't take that away from him. But like DA says, they're in the, what do you say? They're in the hallway. And they asking people, yo, what's really good?
Corporate America, brother.
What
Corporate
you
America.
what you mean? What's really good? Yeah, what's really good with that yellow jacket? You in that gold jacket?
Hey, corporate America. Who you go to lunch with, who you eat with, who you hang out with. It's real important for all the young kids coming up trying to blow up in that world. You're gonna have to do that, man.
Wait, it's not on IG?
AKA networking.
No.
AKA networking for all the youngest out there. That's right, Eric, the angry one. Tell them networking.
Networking, kid.
Absolutely, man. Shaking hands, kissing babies, all that good stuff.
I ain't kissing no babies.
I'm just,
I know.
Not nobody else, baby.
Man,
I was about to say something, but yeah, this is a family program. Let me know.
We've been doing real good tonight. We'll have to go back to the Hall of Fame thing, especially for the NFL. It's a very, very intriguing topic.
Hey, D, yeah, you might. I don't know. You might have to look at these numbers between Steve Smith and Andre Johnson, man. I'm looking at these numbers and.
I've been talking about who was throwing the ball. That's gonna get thrown
I
into it.
got you, but you.
But nobody was throwing the ball to Steve Smith either.
Yeah,
you had the home. You had the home.
Get that home, guys.
Hey, did y'all play the Super Bowl? Now I'm not a Houston fan, but they didn't even get invited to a Super Bowl as players.
That's fact.
They couldn't even come there as players to come watch the game.
That's right. Okay, I got you.
We're not talking about the whole team. We're talking about the quarterback and the receiver.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they ain't have a quarterback that they would invite to the game.
You're
right like when you in the club, you in the league, you're supposed to be able to get the club for free. The quarterback from Houston had to pay.
I get it, but we don't want to get into because that's apples and oranges. I understand he didn't have a quarterback, but that will go into my argument that we have no time for over between Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. We can play the if game all day long. If Barry Sanders had the line Emmitt Smith had, Barry Sanders would have 400,000 yards rushing.
There's not an argument because Emmitt Smith says that. That's why there's no argument.
Yeah.
Emmitt Smith says that.
True, but you also have fans that are delusional. We're not talking to Emmitt Smith. We know it, but we talk about these other CFs out here.
No, I'm not worried about them. Hey, I'm never going to worry about them if the dude they talking about is saying, yeah, you're right.
For all those that's new to the show, CFs are casual fans. That's the term that we use, the term of endearment we use for casual fans. And, casual fans are those that just come on through. They like, oh, shoot, I happen to like the new guy that does everything great. And there they are at your Super Bowl event and ask you who's the team in the red wearing number 12 and blue.
Yeah, that's all.
Is that the guy married to Giselle?
Yeah.
So that's the term we use for casual fan. That's enough for that segment real quick. We have to talk about this for the next 3 minutes. I don't know if we can do it, but next 3 minutes, we have to talk about Deshaun Watson. To play him, to trade him, what should the Houston Texans do with Deshaun Watson? What is going on with that? He's still playing. He's still getting paid.
Play him. I'll do it real short for y'all. Play him until he is found guilty of any charges or whatever. Play him. You're paying him. You might as well play him. He's standing tall at the ATM. Have him stand tall behind that center. That's all I got.
D-Dub?
I'm with you, man. Play him, man. What is he? The NFL ain't gonna do nothing. Play him until they figure out what they need to figure out.
And I say DA for last on purpose because DA is kind of like our legal correspondent when it comes to this stuff.
They're gonna have to,
because you are the predator. I mean, I don't know who.
They're gonna have to play him because he's getting a check. There's really no reason to not play him, I would say,
because the NFL has not put him on the he's not on the hey, we think you're guilty, we're gonna just pay you. They would have did that last year if they believed it, and they didn't. So the point remains is you may as well play him because you're paying them. Yeah, and there's really not much else you can do. And if things start getting crazy with the crowd, then you slow play it. You sit them down and do what you got to do until you can get some money for them. But if you got no money for them, then I would play them until you could.
You know,
I
that's
know.
all. Because there's really, I'm not sure what you're thinking would happen. I'm not sure what you think is going to happen. Other than he's going to stand there and get a check either way.
Basically,
He's
You
not on the
there?
commissioner's
do not play on
Uh,
us.
yeah, the commissioner's list, which the commissioner can come out but I
Nope, he
think
ain't
this
gonna do
time
that.
Goodell is doing
Hey,
what
slow
he's
player.
is supposed to do, trying to fact find and see what's going on, and then he comes to this decision.
Slow play it, brother. Slow play it.
You know,
There's no reason to jump out the window on it.
because we saw that already with the poster child for this Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, don't do that.
No,
That's bad look.
so yeah, that's all we had to say about this. I know there's been a lot of talk this summer to play or not to play him, or he getting paid, man. My opinion, until he's suspended or whatever case, he needs to play. Period.
Or if there's somebody out there that's willing to pay the king's ransom for him, then you trade him. But other than that, ain't no need to sit.
No, I'm with you on that.
Right
Man.
now, all we got is, uh, a lot of allegations. we, uh, I mean, other than that, if they're not deciding what to do with them right now, I mean, it's up to the league. So if they ain't done nothing, play them.
Yep, until the league makes their decision on what they're going to do with them.
But other than that, you're supposed to have a backup plan. Other than
Supposed
Yeah,
to.
that's the problem with different type of show. Yeah, go ahead.
yes.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna move right along to happier thoughts. Hey, the National Basketball. Well, before I get to the NBA Summer League, real quick, you guys' thoughts on Team USA not finally, but grabbing the gold. Kevin Durant leading the way in the Olympics. I think this is the first time we ever talked about Olympics. Well, no, I'm sorry. We did talk about the Olympics, but totally something else, controversial. But Kevin Durant leading the way. D-Dub, what's your thoughts on Team USA in the Olympics? Should we go back to college, people? Or is the U.S. dominating? What's going on?
I think they should, but because here's the thing, they got no continuity. So unless they put a team together during the season, so we know, you got that's players. I mean, that's what you're gonna have them coming out looking sluggish and not looking playing together. So the first couple of days, when they lost, everybody jumping out the window. To be expected because we're not used to seeing this because you had the '92 Dream Team that just walked through everybody.
Football returns with the Hall of
So
Fame game between
this
the
is what it
Cowboys
is.
and Steelers tonight in Canton.
That game serves as the NFL preseason official kickoff.
I don't know who that was.
So that's what I say about that. They did what they're supposed to do and they want to go. So Kevin Durant again, he needs to get a lot of credit. He is one of the best players in the game.
One of us that's ever done it. Yeah, this is his second gold medal. Is that correct?
Third.
Third gold medal. Okay,
Yeah.
third gold medal. Shout out to Kevin Durant, Team USA. I know Coach Popovich took a lot of flack at first, and he steered the ship right and got him right. Da, what do you think about the Olympic basketball? Or do you think about it at all?
Not much. Since the Coangelos, I don't think they are running it anymore. And I think
I believe they stopped it. Correct. Yes.
Yeah, this is why it is what you had this year.
Right.
The Coangelos used to have the Olympic team set up the whole year before. They would be practicing a year before with two different teams just in case these guys made it to the chip and these guys didn't, and you didn't have players. It's all about being prepared. So if you got that continuity already rocking, by the time this time comes around, it's easy. I didn't hear about none of that this time around.
Right.
So I don't put it on the players. I put it on the organization. It's an organizational failure. You got to have the teams. They've done it since the Dream Team. And probably before then when it was college players. Because remember the dream team, they had two different dream teams. Because dudes could have opted out of 92, they just didn't. Because they had a college team full of stars with Chris Webber and Jamal Mashburn and Shaq, and they had a crew that probably could have went 92 and won as well. But it was just that all the pros went. And then after that, the Coangelos always had two teams. So they had the team of guys that, the first team. And then if that next year came and somebody was hurt, or you just played in the championships, whatever, and it was 7 games, all the way through the playoffs, and you were tired, they had somebody, to put in your spot. They didn't have that, at least not what I heard of this year. So it seemed to me like it was unorganized. And you just threw some dudes together, and you figured because they were Americans and tall black guys that it was going to be easy, not knowing that the rest of the world had tall guys too that could play. So American arrogance, that's kind of the way I see it.
American arrogance, yeah, you're right. It always takes sometimes to get beat on and knocked on. D-Dub, where did you go to, sir? Right there, did you come back?
Yo.
Hey, talk to us about Summer League. What you Summer League, the NBA Summer Basketball,
Summer League pretty good, man. You got that what's the thing, Cade?
Explain to our fans what's the Summer League. Some may
Summer
not.
League is the NBA's after the draft happens. Usually it's a group of teams that go to Las Vegas, and they play all the teams have their Summer League. So you got rookies from last year with the new rookies of this year playing together on the team, and they just to get the experience and continuity and stuff like that. See, of another opportunity for even G League players to get in the mix and make a squad. You know what I'm saying? So it's so far so good, man. I mean, for the most part, if you talk to people, they're excited about the Summer League. The guys are playing hard, so it's actually a good watch, man. So it's not like one of those things that nobody's not trying. These guys are trying. They busting it. They playing hard. So I was watching the Knicks and the Lakers. That was a good game. I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm watching quickly, man. In the last two, they played 3 games so far. The last 2, quickly has been doing some work, and the Knicks picked up this guy, McBride, this guy from West Virginia. He's pretty good, man. Solid guy. So now he's a point guard. So the Knicks is probably a little bit heavy right now, but with the development, he's gonna be good. And this other guy, Sims, I forget his first name, but Sims, he's a tall, look like he's a forward or center. He's playing the center when he's out there, but he's definitely playing pretty good. But I was watching, what was it, Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green. They put on a show the other night. So Summer League is good, man. If you want to watch some good NBA basketball.
Yeah, because they're playing hard.
They're playing hard. So
I looked at the other day. They're playing hard, man. Kudos to them.
Yeah.
For knocking out the box and playing hard, man. So.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good guys, man. Guys from last year, man. What's the dude named Bobo?
Bobo, yeah.
This dude, man. He's gonna be coming, man. Yo.
He ain't nothing like his daddy, people. I'm telling you.
This dude is something else, man. And he, almost if he puts it all together, man, that's like a 2-way player. a real 2-way player. Yeah.
And Bobo Search can change the game.
Yo, I'm telling you, man. Once he's out there. I think he's with Denver, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Denver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once he gets it, boy. Yo,
he should have played him this year. I don't.
Yeah.
And look,
the NBA is in good hands, man. Once this guy gets out of here, man, the NBA is in pretty good hands with these young cats coming up, man. As long as they just,
if the coaches act right, but he's supposed to play this year. They play this year. He played a little bit this year.
Mm-hmm.
It changes things, man.
Yeah, these young guys coming in the game is serious, man. They look good.
I'm gonna add this to it. Is I feel like the reason why the Summer League has been so good to go on top of what Daryl already said about, these guys is busting their tails to make teams and all this other stuff. A lot of these guys are coachable right now. You know what I'm saying? When the main NBA guys get out there, they may not like their, current situations or whatever, or the coach or what have you, and it's turmoil and blah, 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 blah. So you might get the best of the best as far as pure basketball right now during the summer league, because you got guys that's wanting to play, they're trying to buy into the coaches because they're trusting in the coaches along with their own abilities. So and so far so good, man. Like it's been great to watch.
Eric, you made a point. They're not tainted. The new minds are not tainted, and they're able to play. And like I said, I looked at it the other day, man. I was like, it's really good to see guys really hustling and sacrificing their body and going for it. And I think that's a very good trait. So but we'll come back to the NBA. It's good. D-Dub made a good point. The NBA is in good hands. There's a lot of new stars coming through, and we just asked the folks that don't watch all the time, you gotta, there's more to the buffet than the chicken tenders and the macaroni and cheese. There's other stuff
Yeah.
on the buffet, and you just gotta just look at it, man. And part of the problem is in the words of the angry one, people are not willing to look past the chicken tenders and the macaroni, and there's some other sides.
Yeah, you gotta eat your vegetables, man. Eat them veggies, man. Eat them veggies, man. Them greens is good for you, dog.
Saying, I know we're talking in metaphors, but just basically saying, check anybody out, man. You know what I'm saying? I think part of the problem sometimes is that there's just so much to watch, and people are just fixated on the one shiny toy. And there's a lot of good players playing in the National Basketball Association. I'm with D, and we won't mention this aforementioned person's name. When he's gone, the NBA is absolutely in good hands, and we'll probably do like an 8-hour show on that day. Moving forward, Major League Baseball's power rankings. I'm gonna run through this real quick, and I'm gonna ask DA about super teams. See what's up with that. The Giants are doing it. Like I said, they won 73 games. This is according to CBS's Power 20 ranking, top Power 25 ranking. The Giants are 73-41. The Dodgers, with their super team, they were number one last week. They have won 69-46. Tampa Bay Rays, they just keep doing it with mirrors. They're 70-45. The Astros, 68-46. They was number two last week. The Brewers have won 70 games. They're right in the mix, man. They are right in the mix. The Chicago White Sox, 67-48. They're playing the Yankees on the Field of Dreams game in Iowa. It's like a 7-4. Brett Gardner just went deep. 7-4, 6th inning. DA's San Diego Padres is adopted team. The Padres been slipping. They're 66-50. The Athletics, man, Billy Ball just continues to do it, man. And the Athletics, the Oakland A's are 67-48. The Blue Jays have finally back in Toronto after like almost 2 years. Gee whiz. They are 62-51. Number 10, I'm just going to run through this real quick, is Red Sox. Red Sox that came back down to earth. The Yankees are trending up after their trades. The Reds are playing really good. Phillies, Braves, Mariners. I'm gonna stop at the Mets here. The Mets are 16, and the Mets just have been having injuries, and their pitching has just really stunk.
Yeah,
that's what's killing the Mets, man. So, and like the Angels, Cleveland, Cardinals, and the Tigers currently holding down the 20 spot, man. So, DA, the angry one asked a good question last week when I was on the phone, when he said, how come we don't talk about super teams in baseball? Because what did the Dodgers do during the trade deadline?
It was ridiculous.
It's weird because I don't. All right, so like in baseball, has always been named super teams. You go up and down a lineup card or a roster, and you got a lot of names, but it has barely bared itself out on the field. baseball is just that kind of game. All because you have, Will Clark and Jack Clark on the same team doesn't mean that you're going to have 30 home runs apiece. It just doesn't happen. Now, last year with the Dodgers, it wasn't even the big names, because remember when old boy, what his name, Slim dude with the swing,
Corey Seager.
Yeah, Seager. Remember, it was supposed to be him, the lefty, and your boy Yasiel Puig was supposed to be it. Like them three together forever.
Is Puig out the league?
I doubt it. He's probably playing somewhere.
Yeah, I don't even know where he's at.
Somebody
in the minors somewhere.
League. Yeah, he's getting a major check though. They don't never pull back that money though. They never pull back that paper.
In the minors with a major check.
Oh yes. They don't take back the money.
That is the name of the
title. Yep, that's the title.
Episode right here.
Yeah, they don't take back that check in the NFL. I mean, in Major League Baseball. So, but it usually doesn't bear itself out on the field, man. So we'll see what happened with their pitchers and what they have. But I've watched this for years, man. You see names, you look up and down the roster. Baseball is a real continuity sport, and to be such a solo game where your success has 50-50 to do with your individual success at the plate, something about continuity that works, man. Because, like I said, I've watched teams get pulled together at the trade deadline my whole life that haven't won a World Series. I've only seen like 2 that have. So I don't believe in super teams in baseball other than on the roster card. But it doesn't really happen because Houston's probably going to win the World Series again this year. The same fools they've been had because they play the best baseball. They move the runners across. They hit in slumps. They don't have slumps. They're clutch. You get a good game out of them, out of a pitcher that was pitching like crap. They've been doing it all year. Just like the Giants, who's the star?
They just play hard together, man, and they pitch well.
Continuity.
And they do the little things. They get runners over and all that thing.
Continuity.
And I watched a little bit of a game the other night the Giants were playing. I was like, man, the Giants just are fundamentally sound. They don't let nothing beat them.
Continuity.
And yeah, you're right about the Astros. And it just goes to show the Astros didn't have to cheat. They had talent. They had to do all that.
I've always said that. It didn't make no sense, man.
They didn't have to do that. They had to do all that.
The talent they got in the big leagues, the talent they got in the farm system, which I feel is underrated.
Yeah, they didn't have to do all that.
It's crazy, but they proven it.
Yeah, so salute to them. I'm like with DA. It's going to be very interesting down the stretch. We talked about that National League wild card. You could get 105 wins, and you possibly cannot be getting in this playoff.
Padres won't be there.
It's going to be very. You can win 105, and you sitting at the house.
Right.
That's going to be. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for baseball down the stretch. They're doing their thing and making sure that
Tatis will be on Fox doing games, talking, not playing. Tatis will be talking.
So so before I transition, what's going on with the Padres that they're not
playing bad. Everybody else is just playing better.
Yeah.
They be in games till like the 7th inning, and then things go funky. But even when they had 10-game stretches of winning 10 games, the Giants won 11. So they never could pick up any games on the Giants. They picked up games on the Dodgers and not the Giants. So it doesn't really matter. So
I think the Padres will be fine. The only team that they really have to worry about is Cincinnati for that last wild card spot. Cincinnati is
red hot.
Yeah, they're 4 and back of San Diego for that last wild card playing spot. So right now it looks like it's going to be the Padres and the Dodgers. That's what DA's wanted all along. So
We don't
want to
like
go home.
we don't like those dudes, man.
That's what's going on in Southern California. I-5, baby. That's what they do. D-Dub, a little bit on the Yankees, man. Those moves that they made with Rizzo and what's my man from Texas? Is that going to be enough to put us in the World Series, man?
Listen, it's great moves, man. Good moves, but I don't know if that's going to be enough, man. Still, when you ain't got no pitching, man, and again, I've been with this team long enough, and
Yeah,
we've been
7
in the
runs
game.
before
If
in the
you
fifth
ain't got
inning.
no pitching, you when you start getting into these closer games, man, it becomes a problem. So we'll see. I still don't think they might have enough, even though they're winning tonight right now against Chicago. But like again, when the games get tighter, one run gets across this plate, and for whatever reason, it just gets tighter and tighter. So I don't know. I don't know if they got the pitching, and we still got. I'm still not a Chapman dude. This guy, I don't know if I trust him down the stretch to come in and to get the job done. So
Wait a minute. You never trusted Chapman?
I
I didn't
like
say I never
Chapman.
trusted him. I'm just saying I don't know if I trust him this year enough. I didn't really trust him last year, but
He
definitely.
got the Cubs a World Series, dog.
Yeah, well,
I like Chapman. I don't trust the rest of them. Shoot.
I know Chapman, because Chapman goes. That's all he knows is that fastball, and he'll keep going. And everybody knows the fastball is coming, and they wait on it.
Yeah.
Well, he got to place it. He got to place it.
I mean,
Yeah.
not saying he got heat, but you just gotta give it over the plate, and I don't know. I just don't know. But we'll see. Yankees they're playing better over the last couple of games. So
The Yankees with them trades gave them a jolt in the system. But I think all of us as Yankee fans here, even though I got a White Sox hat on, I'm still a Yankee. Let's be clear. Anybody that watch baseball knows, just like any other sport, once they get into the playoffs, if the Yankees do make it to the playoffs, you are going to be playing a lot of teams that have a lot of arms, and you have maybe one that you can rely on. Things are different. So you throw a left-handed pitcher at them two guys that we just got. What they gonna do with it?
Nothing.
Gallo is not great against left-handed pitching.
Yep.
Neither is Rizzo.
Out. Yeah, they're just gonna strike out.
Yeah. So I mean, and everybody else got a bunch of those. So.
And the problem with the Yankees is that, to just piggyback on what Eric said, we were saying this the whole year. And if you haven't made no moves, that means a lot of bad things that happen. That means you have nothing in your farm. Nothing. Because if you didn't bring anything up by now, you don't have anything to bring up. That is a problem, gentlemen. That would be a problem. So I don't know what they're going to do, man. And the thing is, it's not about getting pitches now. It's about getting some dudes to be in your farm system for the next few years to get better. And I looked at their farm. They got one arm. He's a right-handed dude that's nice. The other dudes are A or worse as far as prospects are concerned. They have one right-handed pitcher that they think may have the stuff. That's it. So,
well, D-Dub said, D-Dub, what you say after 4th of July? You know, we're around in the corner here and getting ready to go into the 3rd week of August.
Yeah, about to get into September, man.
But the weather starts getting chilly in some parts of the country, and the fall is coming. And hey, postseason baseball is on its way. And what's the saying? What's the Eminem song? Your palms get sweaty and
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah. So
should have been selling, man.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Yankees absolutely should have been selling. But that's an attest to the old man Steinbrenner that never sold. He always said, "Yo, we always gonna win." He always went for it.
The Yankee ego.
He always went for it. He always is 3rd and 90, it's 3rd and 37, and he's like, "Yo, 4th and 37, we going for it."
Yeah.
And that's how I feel this year with the Yankees. I said when they picked up Rizzo and what's the guy from Texas? I'm sorry.
Gallo.
Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo.
I keep telling you, man, it's the name of 2 mobsters that got killed, man. Joey Gallo got killed.
This is nice. This is nice, man. But I don't think this is gonna be sustainable. And like D-Dub says, hey, just like in the NBA and postseason, hey, half-court defense, MLB, that pitching gets serious. It's a little cool outside. You know what I'm saying? You start playing 1-run games, 2-1, 3-2, 4-3, 2-1.
It's a different animal. It's a different animal, man. It's not the same, man. You know,
screaming, they're standing up every pitch. It's a different animal, especially if you have not been there in a while. I love postseason baseball. It is one of the most exhilarating things to watch, to even be an event. I remember D-Dub was at a wild card game back in the 90s when who you went to? The Yankees were playing
Texas.
Yeah, Texas. So that was pretty dope, man. But hey, we'll get back to Major League Baseball next week, man. And they're gonna be chugging right along. DW is gonna talk about boxing. What's upcoming with boxing?
Man, I'm sorry, Kev. We got 2 blows, major blow. Errol Spence and Pacquiao is not happening.
I saw that early on the wire. Yes.
Errol Spence, it was reported yesterday that he got a cut or to his eye, cornea, I believe. Wow. If I'm not mistaken. So he's gonna be out. He came out. I think I seen him today with the patch on his eye. I was looking forward to that. Also, we got the Tyson Fury another fight that was supposed to happen in July. That was postponed. And I think that's back down to October. So we really no huge boxing on the horizon at this moment.
Any UFC that we should look forward to?
Nothing major on the horizon as of right now that I know of. That might change, but
if I may ask, because you guys are probably a little bit more educated and in the know than I am, who are like the major players in the UFC now? You know, because I just feel like they maybe just because I'm out the loop or something, but it seemed like those stars that they had at the beginning and whatnot, man, it's like they don't have nobody to depend on now. It's like you just got a bunch of guys there fighting to try to get a spot. So who's the top guys in y'all opinion?
In my opinion, this is my opinion, and I'll let him go with it further. To me, it seems to me like they got a lot of good fighters, but you got to be like a UFC dude.
Yeah, you got to be really.
You got to be one of those dudes that know this guy, and know what Joe Rogan's talking about with this guy and that guy. They don't have those anymore, at least not that I know of. No. Those outside of the sports stars. Like Conor was the last star that people that wasn't really into it knew who he was. Like, but back in the day, like everybody was like that. You had Tito Ortiz and this one and that one. And those days are done, man, because it's become a real niche thing. And I said it because the kid live up the block. He's real good. Pro, he's getting money doing it, man. And if you don't know who he is, you don't know who he is.
DA, do you make a good point saying that it's becoming a niche sport, and it's unless you know for like sure, and that's why the D-Dub and D-Dub does the boxing, but I don't know how much he is on it on the UFC front.
I know a few fighters. Not all. Again, it's a mixed bag of guys, and the one point with them, they fight often, so which is a good thing,
right?
But as far as these guys, some of them just don't have that personality and that charisma to draw you in.
Wait a minute! You guys talk about stars now? Wait a minute.
Yo, listen, man.
Not for us. It's for
us.
The other people to make money.
That's right. Exactly, D. It's not about. It's about the money, and you got to have that draw,
correct,
or else nobody's gonna come to see you. That's just what it is. They sell a fight. you know, that's why Floyd Mayweather is such a
draw.
great
Best
promoter,
to ever do it, man.
the best to do it because he understood. You know, he carried a lot of people fight because he was the mouthpiece. He talked. That's why he commanded the money that he commanded. You understand? It's about selling the fight. So, you know, people got to understand that. People just think they just want to, you know, like a Bryce Harper who just want to I just want to play, or was it no Trout? I just want to play, but at the same time, if you want to make you could make baseball's a little bit different.
You need no, but no, that's a good point. You need a mix of
Needs
both.
right
You need a mix. You need the bravado superstar
because
at the end of the day, what is it? It's entertainment.
it's entertainment, and people
Right.
want to see a winner. They want a loser. They want a guy in the black hat. They want a guy in the white hat. They you know, that's just what it is, man. So you just gotta figure out which one you want to be.
Boxing,
Right.
it's almost ingrained in you at a certain point in time that you're going to have to be a personality.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember when the Charlo brothers didn't talk like that. And now, oh, excuse my French. God, sorry. Now they go hard, both of them.
Yeah.
But there was a time when one of them went hard on the talking and the other one didn't. And now they both sell their fights because they understand they need. That's how they get that money.
You understand, Kev? You know, right? Even with the racism, somebody wants to, you know, black, white. You know, you got a white guy over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want, you know, it's just, you know, black, white. You know, it's the Mexican, the American. You know what I'm saying?
It's in the nature. Everybody wants to root for somebody, but you
Right.
got to figure out who to root for.
All my Rocky Balboa fans. Yeah, I'm talking about the movies, right? You know,
Great
he,
movie.
he went up against Clubber. What's his name?
Clubber Lang.
Like,
Clubber Lang, and then he fought Drago.
The Russian.
And then, you know, even now until, you know, he's getting into where, what's his name, son, fought Drago's son.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're rooting for somebody. And of course, we're only talking about this as a movie. So don't nobody be like, oh my God, they're talking about.
Shut up.
Yeah, stop.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What was dude's name? Golly gee. He's the real fair skin max. He's the best dude out now.
On the UFC?
No, boxing.
Boxing.
He does the bear.
D-Double, yeah.
What's dude's name? Because when he fought against Mayweather years and years ago, he took
Canelo.
that L. Canelo didn't say 5 words.
Yeah, Canelo.
Now,
Canelo's a beast, man. That boy is.
and he talks.
Yeah, and now he talks. Pound for pound, that boy is bad.
D-Double, what was that fight that came on a couple of weeks ago?
Well,
That was very good. That was on ESPN or Showtime.
oh, who was that? It wasn't Canelo because he fights
Oh, was it Canelo?
Teofimo.
Teofimo, yes.
Lopez.
Yeah.
Against
Now, what's going to fight, man? Didn't what's going to fight? Little man fought.
who?
What's Floyd little dude, man? Not dude.
Tank. Yeah, Tank. Tank is a bad boy too, man. Tank is
left. Boy.
Tank is that little firecracker, man. You know what I'm saying? He reminds me of Mike with the soft voice, right? He got a soft voice, but that boy is bad.
I know Shakur better stop messing with him. Don't talk about him. Don't talk to him. Just leave him alone.
Just leave him alone, man.
Yeah.
But now we go ahead,
He's
D-Double.
a good fighter though.
But we look for some of these fights to come through. Waiting for boxing. You know, boxing looked like they was making that turn and coming back, and I think they still are coming back. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's an entertainment, man. But speaking of entertainment, as I transition to the last topic we got before we get out of here, the soccer world made a lot of noise this week. Lionel Messi.
Messi, man.
Excuse me.
Don't get cursed out, man.
Lionel Messi. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I even said.
What you thought was Thundercats?
Lionel.
What? What are you talking about? He hit me with the Thundercat. Lionel. Thundercats.
Oh man, D.
I knew I was gonna get one tonight.
Oh,
and I did it first. So your moms are getting cursed.
Oh man, Lionel Messi left the Barcelona team, man. He's saying he's signed up with the Paris Saint-Germain team, and this was a huge big deal, man. And
I thought he went to Manchester. Where you went?
no, he said about no, he went to this to Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay, yeah, Hermes.
Yeah.
Hermes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he
I
went
can
there, and what y'all think about Messi? Leaving. This is huge. This is Messi is like behind some of the greats that have ever done it in that league, man.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm real quick. I'm gonna do as quickly as I possibly can.
Nah, go ahead.
There are 3 different speeds, maybe 4, right? And 4 different leagues, right? So you got La Liga, which is where Messi comes from, which is probably the best and most beautiful game of football on the planet. Then you have 2 other leagues, which is the Bundesliga, which is Germany, Switzerland, and those guys, which they much more physical brand of football. Then you have the European League. We have the UEFA, Man City, Hermes. That's France and England, essentially, right? So what happens is if you slow down, because Messi's slowing down.
He's 33.
Yeah, he's slowing. That's a old man in football. Old. That's very old because they usually don't get to 30, 33 years old. All right. So he'll probably go out there and get that paper and he'll be faster than a lot of dudes.
And then he'll come here and play for the Miami team down here with David Beckham.
Yes. When he's 38, he'll come to the MLS. Because he'll still be faster and better than most of the players here at 38. That's his trajectory.
I was discussing with somebody the other day how,
he probably won't because his money isn't long. But if he wanted to, he could. So
that's a very interesting fact. Eric, you got anything on Mr. Messi?
All I can say is that it's a major shift, man. It's when you have a dominant player play for so long and then he departs, it's like and I kind of wish that any fans that like real soccer fans that follow this stuff that's like was a fan, like how does that feel? Because it's almost like, I mean, we can sit here and talk about when such and such left our favorite team and it left a black hole. That's a black hole. That's a void that will never be filled. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he still will go on and play. You're not going to get another guy like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming out of that culture. It's different, man. It's different with soccer. It's different. But
they'll always love him, though. But,
yeah. I mean, it's almost like Joe Montana leaving San Fran. Like it's one of them things you would never ever think would happen.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
You know what? Because of the age, no one's expendable.
True.
People believe it, but in soccer, when it's your time, they would rather want you gone when it's time for you to be gone than for you to play there another year and let goals be scored on you or you not score goals. They will turn on you like rabid dogs out there. It is not a game. No. It's very serious, man. Like
I know.
Yeah, that's what I said.
They love their people,
different.
but when you're not right no more, you're not right. I've seen them do it with Drogba. I mean, great guys, man. Thierry Henry, man, they loved him. He was the fastest player in the sport. The minute he wasn't anymore, go MLS, be gone, bye.
Wait, so
wasn't mad.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the MLS, this is where they go out to pasture?
Yeah, for now, yes.
Oh, we need to bring that over here to American sports because it seems like we hold on to guys and pay more money when they need to be taken to the back and shot. I mean, put down, not shot. Put down. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that we can't play here. It's just that guys are a lot more skilled than us, man. Like I said, man, soccer here is a sport that is orange slices and you have fun. Overseas, man, those kids is playing to eat and to live.
Yeah, I
So,
think Eric Point was trying to make that American sports, we
oh
hold
yeah,
on
yeah.
to our guys in all
Unions,
sports a long time. We don't
unions,
we don't
Yeah,
we,
way too long.
waste,
unions.
like Tom Brady would have been playing in the MLS like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah. And it didn't matter. It wouldn't have mattered if he was still good
Right.
because it's a young man's game. It's a speed game. You running that game for 60 minutes straight, dog.
Oh no, 90
Age is going to put you out.
Yeah.
If you're not right, you're wrong. Period.
Well,
In football, if you're not right, you're wrong, man. Like, yo, dog, you chasing dudes down. So if Tom Brady was the best dude over there for years and years and years, and they had to switch the defense up 3 times, and the way the team runs, and he can't protect as a defenseman, he goes from a scorer as a striker to being on the back line to being listen, dude, you got to go. And Europeans are definitely a lot more blunt with it. And it's like, yo, dog, you got to go.
Hello, mates. Mr. Brady,
you got to go. Got to go.
What do you mean? I'm a great.
Yeah, listen, dude, listen. And that's the thing. So they don't really have that union thing. And they'll tell you, man, you made your money, man. Peace.
Tally ho and go to
They'll tell you made your paper, man. Peace. Go.
Go to the Dallas.
Yeah, go somewhere else. Because you'll go from Spain or Italy to London or to the Bundesliga, and from there, probably over here. So it's not all the time, but it's a great, yeah.
Wow.
It's not that we're that bad. It's just that, listen, they're that good. That's all.
Interesting to bring about that. I believe what's today, 2022, the World Cup will be in effect. So I believe it's going to be
playing.
It's going to be in Qatar. Hot as hell.
Yeah, we won't be playing. We won't make that.
Yeah, Qatar is right there around Saudi Arabia. Yeah, so
yeah. I wouldn't want to be there playing.
Oh, no.
Without a doubt, no.
Yeah,
don't send me there on no pass. No. Sorry.
Well, it looks like DA is our soccer correspondent, so you wouldn't be going. So
I'll go. I'm gonna be in the hotel watching it, though. I ain't gonna be out there.
Yeah, I need you to do a cover out there. What's up, man? Hey, man, he has hotel room. So, wow, it's very interesting, man. Hey, we had a very good show tonight, man. Man, 90 minutes is up, man. Flies by, man. But we had
right on by.
Very good spirited show, man. That Hall of Fame joint was absolutely on fire tonight, man.
Yeah, we need more time.
We gotta revisit that one on another day, man.
We gotta get that for like 90 minutes. We just can't. We rock with it for 45, but we absolutely need to do because there's levels to it, and all the sports have different looks like criteria. So it looks like baseball got theirs on lock. 3,000 hits, 500 homers,
no PEDs.
300 wins as a pitcher, 3,000 strikeouts, you win. But football, we look like there's discrepancies.
There's levels to it.
DA's telling me, they stand in basketball, they stand in the hallway and saying what's really good. He said Chris Webber was begging on TV.
And you know what? I got nothing against Chris Webber. I think he probably is a Hall of Famer. It's just that when you put him up against the best power forward at the time.
At this time, yeah.
Which was Tim Duncan, he almost made every other power forward look like they shouldn't have been going in because he was that much better than every other power forward that he played against. And so he's a victim of that. I'm not saying he was bad because he was better than McDice and Oakley and now Sean Kemp gave Chris Webber fits because of his athleticism, and Rashid and Kevin Garnett gave Chris Webber the business. But I think Rashid should go too, but they're not going to let Rashid in.
Oh, they're not going to let him in. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You know,
I
I
agree.
think Rashid should be there too, but that's me. I like Rashid's game.
Yeah.
So,
Nah, like I said, very, very good show as always. Great show, I should say, as always. I'm gonna take Michael's spot real quick. I don't know what happened to Michael. He's supposed to call, but I hope everything's good. Where can we be found out? We can be found on all major podcasting platforms. We got Apple, we got Spotify, we got Deezer, we got everything. Amazon, anything where a podcast is at, we can be found. Just search in the search box, search engine Sports Chasers Podcast, and you'll see our awesome logo come up. And you can just click on it. We also can be found on YouTube. Every episode is uploaded to YouTube where you can watch our lovely faces.
yeah.
Talk about the world of sports. And when you're clicking, hey, share it and like it so we can get some more people out there, man. You know, getting at us. I believe we have a lot to say when it comes to sports. What I say, we're on Spotify. Hey, shout out to SoundCloud. SoundCloud got us started. We also gonna be found on SoundCloud. With that, we're on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We also got emails, personal emails. So you want to send us, what's the CF? I'll shout that out because I don't have it in front of me. But we also have personal emails with the Sports Chasers. Like I said, Twitter and all those things. And with that said, our parting shots. I'll start off with D-Dub. What do you got for us as we end the show, sir?
Yo, man, good show tonight. See you next week. I don't really have too much. We winding down, turning the corner with the MLB, slowly going into the National Football League season. So getting excited about that, man. Hey, peace to everybody.
Peace. Thanks, D-Dub. DA, what you got for us, brother?
I didn't curse.
No, you didn't.
Did a good job, bro.
We're sending this to mom right now, right after the show.
No doubt.
James, Eric, what's good?
Yo, man, as always, great show tonight. As always, yo, man, watch out. Love your fellow man, woman, and child. You know, I just want to give a quick shout out, and I know I'll probably going to get faces when I say this, but all jokes aside, yo, shout out to the American women's basketball team for their continued dominance in the Olympics.
My apologies.
7 straight.
Yeah, facts. That was good. Yeah.
Over, is it 50, 51? I don't even remember. I don't lost count how many straight wins they have had. From the Sue Birds to my homie, Diana Taurasi, to all the ones before, all the ones that's coming through. That is a well-oiled machine, and may they continue their dominance, man. Shout out to the American women's team, man. They did their thing as usual.
As usual.
They have become a standard, like how the women's soccer team was a standard. They have become the gold standard.
Facts.
No doubt.
So wanted to give them some love up here on the Sports Chasers podcast.
And that was my mistake for not plugging them. Yeah, but the women's won the gold again. And shout out to them. My party starts real quick. I probably shouldn't even be saying this. It's August is that time of year. You got, like D-Dub said, you got baseball turning the corner. You got football about to start in, and usually August is my birthday month. And usually around this time, the most illustrious game comes out. Madden football for EA Sports. I probably shouldn't say it because it's going to take up a little bit of time, but EA Sports, I need y'all to get your stuff together, man. Y'all been in this game for a long time. I need you. We probably just need to do a podcast just only for.
Listen, them scores on that game that's coming out this year are all wrong. Somebody was drinking and smoking. They was listening
to Mike Millie, smoking and sipping.
Smoking and sipping. EA, I don't know what happened. DA froze up. It looks like he froze up.
Yeah.
I just need EA Sports to get their stuff together. He was about to black out the screen. That's why.
I sure was. I said, nah. I ain't gonna do that at the end of the show, man. I just wanted to hear what you got to say. Cause I'm sure it's 100,000%.
as growing up, man, I always knew around August, it's time to get the new Madden. It's time to go to Funko Land. Shout out to Funko Land on Ralph Avenue in Brooklyn.
I ain't shouting them out, man.
Yeah,
They started that conglomerate that's known as GameStop. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
Oh.
We go unravel. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But matter of fact, let me shut my mic off.
Yo, I'm just saying, just brought back memories. But yeah, EA Sports, y'all, I'm just asking y'all, man. Y'all gotta do better, man. Please do better. Please listen to the people that purchases your stuff. In the words of DA and D Dub, we're gonna vote with our dollars, man.
Vote with your dollars, people.
Not
Stop
buying it.
nonsense.
Stop buying it if it's not good. If they just keep on copying and pasting.
And listen, hold on, Kev. Before you young boy, we had to put this disclaimer out real quick. Before you young boys come up here talking about how great Madden is, we ain't talking about that mutt trash. I ain't gonna call it trash because obviously it's making a lot of money. However, we're not talking about mutt. We're not talking about Ultimate Team. We ain't talking about the My Player. I forget what it's called. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about franchise. We are diehard football fans, okay? And that is what Madden has brought to us. We gotten older, so a lot of us can't play it on the field like we used to. So we played on them sticks.
Yeah, but we not building 6'10" wide receivers that run with a 99. Come on, man.
Right. We try to keep it like realistic. How we see it in real. We try to keep it fair and real. You know what I'm saying? How when we do our franchises, right? Yeah. All we're asking is to implement some of the things that was already in the game. That's you have taken EA, you have taken stuff out that was on PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Here we are on a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series SSX, triple XG, triple homie, all that. Look, you have the capabilities of doing it. I don't want to hear nothing about how you don't have the money to do it when the Ultimate Team is bringing you close to a revenue of $4 billion a year, something like that. Come on, man. Come on.
They know what to do.
I see. I have opened up a scab room, and I just was getting my thoughts. I know.
My bad. No.
You good? No, you good. I'm just saying. Around this time of year, my birthday month, and baseball around the corner, football about to start off. I just know somewhere in August, I was going to Funko Land on Ralph Avenue, and scraping up my money to go get Madden. And what's funny is we had 2 gaming systems in the house, and both me and D-Doe would go get the game.
Yeah.
Which is real funny. But shout out to that, man. But listen, on behalf of myself, I'm KO1, your host and moderator, Dorian D.A. Albritton, Daryl D.W. Warren, James, Eric, the Angry One, Warren, and in the absence of Mike Millie,
only Mills we trust and acknowledge.
In his absence, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Hey, we had a great week. We had a great time. We will see you guys next week. I didn't forget nobody, right? I called everybody's name, right?
We good.
Okay, we good. I'm good. Y'all good. Y'all be blessed. One love. Y'all next week.
Shoot, fellas, I'm still trying to get my PS5.
If you could find one.
Yeah, I think I might be jumping shit.
Xbox. E.
The one that's out now is we got all these names for it. Hold on. the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. The X, I believe, is the one that has the disk drive. So there's two different ones. There's one that has a disk drive and the one that's just totally digital. And it's the same thing for the PS5. Yeah, for people that still want to play Blu-rays and DVDs, they'll have that, and then the cheaper option that's just digital.